Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Ashe. Defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
This is Kadara Franks, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
This is Melina, and this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give shout out to Silver Kevin, all my Silver Nation out there. I want to give shout outs to my mom. I want to give shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotep. It's Mansour Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace.
get it popping off. What's up, fam?
Still enslaved in so many ways.
Gotta let my babies go.
If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry this name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shouts out to Gye-Nyame Tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. And you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina. And you are now
you listen to my daddy.
on Gye-Nyame
Journey
Radio. Peace.
Peace.
You heard it, family. We had enough. We had enough. This is Gina's daddy, Sasha's daddy, Cleveland's daddy. Hell, I got a whole bunch of other ones, full grown and out here in the world doing their damn thing. Family, listen, I want to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm your host, Brother Hatem. Of course, you know this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks. And this is a Heart of a Summer production. We strive to blow up your old paradigm. All right, family, we are doing some experiment here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Right now, with Cleve having the ability to cut videos and things like that, we want to try to get him to use his skill as much as possible. So some of my shows I will be pre-recording. Hopefully this lag in this one ain't that much. I know it's gonna be okay on Spreaker, but far as on the actual stream, I don't know how well it's gonna be. But I want to thank y'all for joining us here, taking the time, because this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks, and I want to try to make sure I'm able to do the show for you a little bit more regularly. If I feel like getting on the show live, I could interrupt this broadcast has been interrupted, type thing. But anyway, the folk tale that we're going to be covering today is called The Cat and the Cock. And I know, I promise, Scott's honor, this is not a porno. This is not. It's not. This is actually an Aesop Fables. Once again, I'm pulling from Aesop Fables, translated by George Filer Thompson. And y'all know that every week we try to bring this wisdom mind into you. We're finding other ways of wisdom mind up in the modern times, but we're using folk tales and ancient stories and ancient wisdom to help solve modern problems. Because a lot of times I believe that we overlook the power of the words of our ancestors, right? Our ancestors left us words. Our ancestors left us stories. They left us proverbs. They left us fables. They left us stories about characters and stories about heroes and stories about overcoming sorrow, stories about dealing with defeat. And all we have to do is be willing to get dirty, mentally dirty, do that mental and that emotional work, and forcing ourselves sometimes when we don't feel like it to go and do the research. Now, some people choose other books. I choose Aesop Fables. I choose Proverbs. I choose myths. I choose stories so that I can go on and extract and get my lessons. And once I get them, I start utilizing them, and then I try to find a way so that I can share them with you. All right? So without any further ado, let's do our thing real quick. So right now, if I am correct, it should have transferred over, and you should be looking at the screen that I'm looking at. But I have no way of verifying this. I'm going to have to trust. No, I don't. I can just do this. Yep, I'm up. All right, cool. So we're going to start with George Fowler Thompson. This is one of my favorite sites, Fables of Aesop. You know what I'm saying? If you ever want to research any of the folk tales before we do the show, so that you can hit the comments up. And Jackie, I just caught what you said, because Jackie sent me a message talking about you don't do your shows live no more. Yeah, I do my shows live, but now I'm trying to get Cleve to exercise his skill as far as cutting up the videos and doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to start training our young people in skills that will make them useful and to our community and be able to serve our community. And right now, this video thing is a big thing, so we want to be able to go and integrate their skills into this type of stuff. All right, so I'm going to come from the book first, then we'll go down through the thing. The name of the story is The Cat and the Cock. A cat caught a cock and pondered how he might find a reasonable excuse for eating him. He accused him of being a nuisance to men by crowing in the nighttime and not permitting them to sleep. The cock defended himself by saying that he did this for the benefit of men, that they might rise in time for their labors. The cat replied, although you are abound in specious apologies, I shall not remain supperless. And he made a meal of him. Oh man. Anime, where you at? Anime, where you at? This folktale needs the strike of thunder. This folktale needs the strike of thunder because, family, a lot of us experience this. And I want to make sure that y'all know how to deal with these type of situations, right? Because we'll talk about it. Let's go and read some of this. Now, I know some of y'all be like, why'd you go over? Because I want you to see all of the different translations. And in some of these, they come across with some other morals so that we can have something to discuss. Because in this George Fowler Thompson version, there was no moral. So let's see what they have in here. And they in different translations, depending on who did it, has slightly different messages. So I want to make sure we're able to extract all of the wisdom from this gem, right? I want us to do the wisdom miner. I want us to get in here and do the work. A cat caught a cock for a meal, but first asked for excuses as to why it crowed so early. The cock answered it was to help man. The cat wasn't impressed. Tyrants need no excuse. We'll come back. A cat caught and thought about reasonable excuses for eating him. He accused him of being a nuisance by crowing at night, not letting men sleep. The cock defended his actions by saying this was for the benefit of men, as it wakes them for labor. The cat replied, you abound in apologies, but it's time for breakfast. At that, he made a meal of the cock. All right, cool. We did the Townsend version. Here go the JBR collection. The cat one day caught a cock and resolved to make a meal of him. He first asked him, however, what defense he had to make. What reason can you give, said he, for your screaming at night so? No honest body can sleep for you. Nay, answered the cock, I only crow in service of man to tell when it is time to commence his labors. What nonsense you talk, said the cat. You are mistaken if you think there's such an excuse as that will do me out of my breakfast. Then we got Samuel Croxall. Now, one of the things I want you to know is about a lot of these fables, or folk tales. They have repeating and recurring themes, dealing with situations that we as humans often run into. Okay, so bear with me as we do the mining, because you got to do research, family. There is no easy road to self-mastery. There's no easy road to success. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna have to climb some hills. You're gonna have to cross some ravines and climb over some mountains, or climb up some mountains and get over them. There's gonna be always obstacles in your path, and part of the obstacle is to help identify those that truly deserve the benefits. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, everybody would be successful. But success is a thing that initiates those, in most cases, that receive it, especially those that are in shoes like most of the people that watches me. ADOS, if you in these type of shoes, you know that, you know what I'm saying, most of the times we're not born into success. We got to carve it out. We got to carve out that space and keep it and protect it so that our children will be able to be born on that space and be able to use it. Let me make sure that I put this back, because this is my bookmark. I need to get some Gye-Nyame Journey bookmarks. Shepherd and the Wolf, boom, boom, boom. The belly in a minute. Here we go. Hold on, I'm sorry, family. All right, I have to find it. Lost my page. Lion and the mouse and the fox, the salt merchant and his ass. Nope. All right, we're going back. There we go. Y'all got to excuse me, because if I don't do it now, I will not remember. So, this is Samuel Croxall. The cat having a mind to make a meal of the cock seized him one morning by surprise and asked him what he could say for himself. Why slaughter should not pass upon him. The cock replied that he was serviceable to mankind by crowing in the morning and calling them up to their daily labor. That is true, says the cat, and it is the very objection that I have against you, for you make such a shrill, impertinent noise that people cannot sleep for you. Besides, you are incestuous rascal, and make no scruples of lying with your mother and sisters. Will say the cock, this I do not deny, but I do to procure eggs and chickens for my master. Ah, villain, says the cat, hold your wicked tongue. Such impieties as these declare that you are no longer fit to live. Application, and this is what I like about this particular site, because sometimes they have applications. So let's check out the application. And I want you to listen. When a wicked man in power has a mind to glut his appetite in any respect, innocence, or even merit is no protection against him. Let me read that again. When a wicked man in power has a mind to glut his appetite in any respect, innocence, or even merit is no protection against him. The cries of justice that the voice of reason are of no effect upon a conscience hardened in iniquity, and a mind versed in a long practice of wrong and robbery. Remonstrances, however reasonable, urged, or movingly couched, have no more influence upon the heart of such a one than the gentle evening breeze has upon the oak, when it whispers among its branches, or the rising surges upon the deaf rock, when they dash and break against its sides. Power should never be trusted in the hands of impious, selfish men, or man, and one that has more regard to the gratification of his own unbound avarice than to public peace and justice. Were it not for the tacit consent and harmless compliance of a great majority of fools, mankind will not be ridden, as oftentimes they are, by a little majority of knaves, to their great misfortune. For whatever, no, ooh, that, but hold on. Let's go back. That's a long ass sentence. I mean, long couple of sentences, but I want y'all to listen to this. Power should never be trusted in the hands of an impious, selfish man, and one that has more regard to the gratification of his own unbounded avarice than to public peace and justice. Were it not for the tacit consent and the harmless compliance of a great majority of fools, mankind would not be ridden, as oftentimes they are, by a little majority of knaves to their great misfortune. For whatever people may think of the times, if they were 10 times worse than they are, it is principally owing to their own stupidity. Why do they trust a man a moment longer who has once injured and betrayed them? God damn. Where you at, anime? Where you at, anime? Come on out. That needs a strike. Oh my God. Family. We have a cat that is following his nature. But in the story, please understand, because this is where many of us get it mixed up. Please understand they're not talking about cats and cocks and snakes and elephants and bears and tigers. They're talking about humans and human interactions. They couch them in the realm of animals so that a person that's reading it will not get offended and miss the message. Right? I don't have to say your name. I don't have to use my name. I can use animals and put them in human situations to demonstrate principles, that are very real. Let me turn off my phone because I know they're gonna call back. That are very real. So, family, I want you to relax as we move into this one. I want you to think about this one, because the cat is that person full of avarice. And not only, because let me put it this way, the cat approached the situation in at least one of these stories in a dishonest fashion. The cat wanted to talk to the cock to find a reason to destroy him, to find a reason to consume him. And regardless of what reason that the cock came up with, the cat would eventually revert back to his nature and just consume the bird anyway. The bird talks about how just it is. The bird talks about how necessary it is for the success of mankind. The bird talks about its better nature and how it's serving. But regardless of all that, the cat finds a way to turn all that against it. You know what I'm saying? All of this. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if you're making eggs. I don't give a damn if you wake them up for work. I don't give a damn. I'm not going to be without my meal. And we got to understand that when we're dealing with individuals like this cat that are acting within their nature, we know them to be selfish beings. We know what to expect from them. And we know that if we were put in a situation, they would find a way to justify them fucking with us. We have seen this historically. We've seen this historically. Right? When you talk about black folks in America and you talk about white America, you know what I'm saying? White America has always found a reason to justify fucking with us. Bullies always find a reason to fuck with somebody that's weaker than them. You know what I'm saying? Companies find a reason to take advantage of the fools. This is what they do. They consume those that are weaker. They take advantage of those that are weaker, and they build up their own wealth. They make sure that they eat. Hell with the service that you have. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find something wrong with what you're doing, and I'm going to destroy it. Many of us are taking time, because this is what's unique about this story for me, because a cock is no punk. I mean, if you ever seen one of these cocks are very aggressive. A cock will actually fight, fuck talking. It's going to get at that cat. You know what I'm saying? Because it got to protect all this. The cock has its territory, so it's going to try to fight that cat off, right? But this one tried to reason rather than using its claws to tear and to make itself being eaten as uncomfortable as possible. See, because one of the things we got to understand about a lot of bullies, one of the things we got to understand about a lot of oppressors is that they don't want to fight. They just want to win. And I don't know if people really understand me when I say this. Most bullies, they don't want to fight. They just want to win. They just want to stay on top. Soon as you show some type of resistance, a certain respect is developed, a certain boundary is marked, and they know that if they cross that boundary, they are going to have to fight for their lives to get things at least to a point where they can exist. And we have to start operating like this as individuals in our personal lives, as groups, in our tribal lives, and in our community lives, right? We got individuals that look like us that are eating on us like the cat on the cock, right? They'll do things and they'll tell us what we need to do, and we listen to them when the only ones that really benefit is them. Like, for example, let me go to this election, right? Boom. We had all these people saying we just need to get Donald Trump out. And then we going to have, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump is out. I haven't heard about a meeting with the NAACP. I haven't heard about a meeting with the Urban League. I haven't heard about a meeting with Ice Cube as they promised after the election. You know what I'm saying? Or at least somebody talking about some type of reparations and some type of fixing of the racial wealth gap and some of these issues that are going on in our community. Don't see it. Haven't heard it. Maybe it's going on because I'm not on the inside circle. So maybe it's going on behind my back and nobody is talking about it. You know, maybe I ain't high enough on the echelon to be seeing that, or I'm not perceptive enough to see this. And if it's going on, please correct me. But once again, the cock found a reason to tell why it should not be eaten, why it should not be consumed, but the cat ate it anyway. This is the political relationship. This is the economic relationship. This folktale describe all these things. And we be missing it. And I don't understand why, right? We ain't got time to be rationalized with these people. We got to fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as soon as they ask the questions, we need to be attacking and making their ass feel uncomfortable. Because that cat sounded to me like somebody that just wanted to eat comfortably. I just want a meal. You might not even want to work for the damn meal. Let them work. We feeding people with our flesh. We're feeding people with our bodies. We're feeding people off the milk of our mother's breast before we allow ourselves to sit down. We got whole communities eating off of us, eating us. Whole political parties eating us. Whole economic structures eating us and taking advantage of us. And we still are trying to maintain this moral high ground, waiting for the universe to balance out. But let me tell you one thing about the universe that I learned. Yeah, reciprocity is a real thing, right? But reciprocity usually is brought forth through the hands of men. Maybe y'all ain't heard me, right? Reciprocity is usually brought forth through the hands of men. It ain't no miraculous thing that happens. You know what I'm saying? It's something that is usually pushed forward by men. causing certain circumstances to happen so that, boom, the person that has inflicted pain on you can also feel the pain as well. We can't be easy like that cock. That cock didn't even fight. The cock just became a meal, trying to justify its existence to somebody who basically lives off the meat of its flesh, the meat of his body, I guess. We got to stop being that cock, family, right? Let's go back here. Power should never be trusted in the hands of the impious, selfish man. We have people in our community who have been benefiting off our suffering. We got people that have the audacity to argue about positions in the cabinet, right? Yeah, I hear you. We need to be represented, but there's definite things that needs to be done. Not just positions filled. See, it makes no sense to me that we as a group have to do something, but we as a group can't benefit. The biggest benefit we get is that we put people in positions that we know they ain't going to be able to do shit. Oh, they can influence. Yes, they can influence. But we need action. Right? See, these are the powers should never be trusted in the hands of the impious, selfish men or women. I'm all about me. I'm all about improving my life, and you should be happy that I'm in this position because I show you that it's possible. The cat eating the cock. That ain't sound right, did it? All right. Power should never be trusted in the hands of an impious, selfish man, and one that has more regard to the gratification of his own unbound avarice than to public peace and justice. We live in this right now. We're living this. You're living this. Some of you have it going on in your house. But we as a group got it going on in our politics in all these cities, states, and the whole country. We got people more interested in their lives than the lives of the group, than bringing peace and justice. Right? And they'll use every trick in the book to make you feel good, make you feel guilty. Even in one of these stories, did you not notice that the cat convicted the cock? Let's go back to it. I want to go back to that. The cat is the cat. Oh, says the cat. And is the very objection. That is true. Hold on. The cock replied that he was serviceable to mankind by crowing in the morning and calling them up to their daily labor. That is true, says the cat. That is true, says the cat. Now listen, because this is what happens to you in a lot of your conversations. It's a switch. It's a subtle switch that happens, right? And a lot of us fall for this shit. That is true, said the cat. And it's the very objection that I have against you, for you make such a shrill, impertinent noise that people cannot sleep for you. Besides, now here we go. Now hold on. Besides, you are an incestuous rascal, and make no scruple of lying with your mother and sister. Now check this out. He put this truth out. Regardless of whether he right or wrong, he put this truth out. And listen to the sucker cock. Well, says the cock, this I do not deny. But I do it to procure eggs and chickens for my master. Ah, villain. Now this is the cat. Ah, you villain, you rascal, you dirty dog, you, says the cat. Hold your wicked tongue. Search such impietous as these declare that you are no longer fit to live. The cat not only found a justification that he could move on in full power in his mind, but he also put doubt in the cock's mind of its right to exist. Let me tell you, one of the worst things that you could have in life is doubt. It's doubt, right? Especially in battle. You can have any doubts. This is why you could watch a fight when somebody will sneak up on somebody and just hit them. They're trying to make sense out of what is going on. They're trying to find the reason when it could just be a random act of violence and in them wondering what they had done to deserve this. Doubt starts to grow, so it makes it kind of hard for them to turn around full throttle and just mow through this motherfucker. Because you thinking back, maybe I did do something wrong and I might deserve this. Before that natural instinct, and usually what happens is that you get hit with a good one or you get hit with a fatal blow while you're trying to make sense out of it. Doubt creeps up. Doubt slows down your action. Doubt slows down your reaction. Whether we're talking about debating or whether we're talking about fighting. Once I get you to start doubting your ability, doubting your right to be where you are, doubting your position, doubting who you are, if I can allow doubt to creep in, I have the advantage over you in any type of confrontation. This is what fighters are looking for in each other when they go up into the ring and they stare each other down. That's what the stare down is about. The stare down is not necessarily so that you could dominate the stare down. The stare down is so that you can see if there's any doubt in this motherfucker. The stare down is to see if you could see an inch of doubt in this motherfucker. And the cat was able to trick the cock into having doubt in this one. And I'm going to say this. Your politicians trick you into having doubt about what you deserve. Those people taking advantage of you in business get you to start having doubts about yourself and doubts about your abilities. So you have to go and consume with them. Many of you are in doubt. And you're going to college and paying money, or you're paying money for people to educate you on shit that you don't even need the college degree for. You're trying to dig your way out of doubt. And we have nothing to be doubtful about. We have no reason to be in doubt. Neither did that cock. The cock had no reason to have any doubt about his right to exist and his right to fight to his final breath. You cannot negotiate with a tyrant, family, and we no longer should. But the United States, we don't negotiate with terrorists. Neither should we. We don't negotiate with terrorists. Our whole experience has been a terrorist experience at this motherfucker. I still, up to this point, have not been able to watch the George Floyd execution. Every time I hear about a shooting, I try to go to something else. I try to bring y'all different news. Because it affects me. And I know that if I see it, I doubt. You know what I'm saying? And I start asking the question because the doubt creeps in with little questions like, what do we do to deserve this? My question is, why are we even asking that question? Why are we feeling that is necessary for us even to ask that question when everybody else has the right to exist without question? Many of us, we in the situation we are as a group, we in the situation we are as individuals because of the doubt. You are food. You're an easy meal for the criminal justice system. You're an easy meal for the education system. You're an easy meal for the social field. You're an easy meal for the justice system. You're an easy meal. Stop being a goddamn. We need to stop being easy meals as individuals and easy meals as groups. We need to be the hardest we need to be, when we walk in, motherfuckers automatically start getting indigestion because they know we bring in the goddamn heat. They know that if they are going to feast on us, that they are going to have to sacrifice. As they used to say in the streets, if you want some ass, you got to bring some ass. And if we talking about who gonna feast, I brought me some utensils too. So I have just as much chance of eating you as you have of consuming me. Just saying. But family, yo, this is Brother High Tim. I want to thank y'all for joining us here on Gye-Nyame Journey, man. I mean, because I really, really love being with y'all. I really do. And, yo, so I'm going to let Cleve go on to cut this up. And we're going to, you know, like I said, it's his bedtime now. So, but, y'all know how it is. I'll try to get this together for y'all and get this up and ready for tomorrow. But right now, I am out.